Hello, everybody. It's David Vet82, and this is a letter I'm writing to Congress. I hope other people can use it to help them write their own letters to Congress. There's so much going on right now; it's hard to keep up, and hopefully, more people are getting involved so that we can draw this stuff out and call attention to it. This letter starts opposition of the funding of atrocities in Sudan and demand accountability. Dear representatives, I am writing to formally voice my opposition to the continued funding and enablement of the atrocities currently devastating Sudan. As a constituent, I demand that the United States government not only ensure taxpayers' dollars are strictly limited to humanitarian relief, but also take aggressive diplomatic action to stop the flow of financial and military support from external actors to the warring factions. I request that this letter and cited facts below be entered into the official record. The reality of the atrocities. The situation in Sudan has devolved into one of the worst human rights catastrophes in the world. Verifiable reports confirm that the conflict between the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, has resulted in war crimes and crimes against humanity, cleansing and mass killings. The Rapid Support Forces, RSF, have carried out ethically targeted execution in West Darfur and El Fasher. Human Rights Watch has documented the summary execution of civilians and the burning of at least 43 villages near El Fasher as part of its campaign to ethnically cleanse. Human Rights Watch cited there. Systematic sexual violence. Sexual violence is being used as a weapon of war. The UN Human Rights Council has reported widespread rape, ring rape, and sexual exploitation of women and girls by combatants in Khartoum and Darfur. Sudan mass atrocities is citing there. And you'll be able to find the cited sources on my Substack. Famine and starvation. The conflict has triggered a famine. The Integrated Food Security Phase Classification IPC Famine Review Committee confirmed that the famine conditions exist in the Zamzam displacement camp, which hosts hundreds of thousands of displaced people, IPC reports. The citation. United States involvement and aid. While the United States is the largest single donor of humanitarian aid, we must scrutinize the effectiveness of this funding and the geopolitical context in which it is sent. Current U.S. humanitarian aid, according to government data, the United States committed approximately $572.6 million in aid to Sudan in fiscal year 2023 and has reported over $771 million in fiscal year 2024. How much foreign aid is the citation? This money designated disaster readiness, food security, and health programs via USAID and the Department of State. The funding of the war machine. While we send aid to the victims, we are failing to stop the funding of the perpetrators. Credible reports indicate that the United Arab Emirates, UAE, has provided materials supporting the RSF, including arms shipment disguised as humanitarian aid, the illicit transnational supply chain that's cited there, by continuing unrestricted arms sales, diplomatic cover for countries fueling the war. The United States is indirectly complicit in the very atrocities we are paying to alleviate. My demand, it is fiscally responsible and morally bankrupt to American tax dollars to bandage wounds that our geopolitical allies are paying to inflict. I urge you to oppose funding that provides military assistance or legitimacy to the ASF or RSF, support sanctions against any foreign entity or government found to be supplying arms or funding to belligerents in Sudan, protect humanitarian corridors to ensure the aid we are sending actually reaches the starving civilians in Zamzam and Peshawar rather than being looted. The world is watching. We cannot claim stand human rights while allowing the funding of our genocide to continue unchecked. And the works cited is how much foreign aid does U.S. provide to Sudan? That's a USA Facts 2024 story. Human Rights Watch, Sudan mass atrocities in captured Darfur City. Human Rights Watch is deciding there. World Report 2025 Sudan, Human Rights Watch 2025, another citing are cited. IPC report on starvation in Sudan, famine, perish, and the last one is illicit transnational supply chain substance, Sudan conflict, is that's the last. But now I want y'all to think about this for a minute because some of these same arguments I remember from the 80s in the We Are the World. It was not Sudan then, but they were allowing the products to rot on the piers rather than provide it for the people who needed it. So we need to stop supporting these actions and please, 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 please contact your representatives and let them know. I will continue doing these letters. I'll probably start doing them for the podcast until we get to a point I can do something else because right now there's so much going on. We need to cover it all. Thank you for your time. Like, share, and follow. And please follow my Substack to see more letters and more information. Thank you.